In this video, I'll show you how to trade on Coinbase Advanced in the mobile app. So up in the top right-hand corner of the app, you can see the C icon, which we're in now, which is the normal version where you can press buy and sell. And then you can also see the candlestick icon in the top right. So I'm going to press the candlestick icon. It takes us over to Coinbase Advanced. Now from here, we get cheaper trading fees in Coinbase Advanced. I think around 40 to 60 basis points. Still not the cheapest fees, but way cheaper than the Coinbase app for the exact same thing. So highly recommend going over to this portion of the app and trading on here. All of the assets in my Coinbase account are reflected in Coinbase Advanced as well. It's the exact same thing. It's just a slightly more advanced trading system. So down at the bottom on the right-hand side, you can see portfolio. If you click that, you should see all of your same assets here, and we can trade these on the trade screen. So down at the bottom in the middle, we're going to press trade. And then we just have to choose the asset pair that we want to trade. So up in the top of the screen, it says BTC USDC. That's the trading pair that I'm trading now. So what I'm going to be doing is trading this trading pair. I'm going to be selling USDC and buying Bitcoin, BTC. I can press this trading pair though up at the top. And now we can just search for the trading pair that we want to trade. So I'm going to search for BTC, which is the ticker of Bitcoin. And now you can see all of the different trading pairs, USDC, euros, pounds. So whatever you have on the platform, you can find the trading pair, and then you want to sell one asset and buy the other asset. So now if we just go back, we can choose Bitcoin USDC, and this is the trading screen for this asset pair. There are various different order types that we can input to the system. This is a trading system. We just have to give it instructions about how we want to trade. So if we go down to the bottom here, we're going to input our trade details. You can buy and sell. So buying relates to the asset on the left-hand side, right? So BTC USDC is the trading pair. So Bitcoin is the base asset. So that's the one we're buying and selling. So if we're a buyer, that means we're buying BTC. And if we're selling, that means we're selling BTC. Of course, what are you selling it into? Well, the other side of the pair. Now down here, it says order type. So press this, you can see different order types. A market order is where you don't choose the price that you trade at, you just choose the amount that you trade. So because we're buying Bitcoin, that means we're selling the other side of the pair, which is USDC. So it says amount in USDC here. You can change it to Bitcoin as well if you want. So if you know you want to buy a specific decimal of Bitcoin, like 0.001, you can do that. But it's easier if you're trading in dollars, essentially, to just say, I want to buy $10 worth or whatever it is, right? So I can come here and I can say, look, I want to buy 50% or I want to buy 75% of my dollars, whatever it is, right? And you can go ahead and do that. So what we're essentially saying here is I want to buy Bitcoin, and the amount of USDC that I want to spend is whatever it is, right? Here it's 394. So I'm spending USDC, and I can preview the buy order here. Now, the exact price that I trade at, I cannot control. What the system is going to do is going to take my USDC, it's going to go out into the market on the right-hand side here, and it's going to buy Bitcoin at the best possible price that it can get it at for me, which is going to be the lowest offer, right? The cheapest seller out there, which currently is in red here. These are the sellers, 70,768 or something like that. You can see the price is moving around, so it can't guarantee the price that we get. But we're going to go out, we're going to preview this. It says this is the trading pair. This is the estimated price, right? Because you don't exactly know, because it's just going to get the best price when you press the button. This is how much you're spending. This is the fee and everything else. If you press place buy order here, it will sell the other side of the pair, which is USDC, and it will buy the Bitcoin at some price around about what you're seeing on screen now. If you want to get more specific with your trading, you can give the trading system a limit price. That is a price at which you are willing to trade at when you're buying. This is like a set price where you say, I'm willing to pay this much, but not more than that. And if it can't trade at your price, if the price is higher, it won't trade, and it will wait until the price gets to your limit price again. So what we can do here is in the order type screen, we can press this and just press limit now. And now you can see that another box has arrived here with the limit price that we want to set. So I can now tell the system, I'm willing to trade, but only at this price or better. And if it's above that, if I can't get the trade done, then just put the order on the system, but don't trade immediately for me. So let's say the current price now is 70,700. I want a slightly cheaper price than that. So what I'm going to do is go to 70,400 like this. And I'm going to press done. So what I'm telling the system is my limit order to buy Bitcoin is 70,400 per unit of Bitcoin. And then down here in the amount screen, I can choose the amount that I want to trade. So it is now going to calculate the price per 1 unit of Bitcoin and the amount of USDC that I'm spending. And it's going to give me an exact amount in units of the amount of Bitcoin I can buy as a fraction of 1 unit, right? So 0.000414. I'm telling the system, I'm okay to trade at 7,400. Anything above that, don't trade. If we get to 7,400, you can trade. My order, because I'm a buyer, will go onto the order book on the right-hand side, along with other buyers down here in green. You can see that my bid price is slightly below them. So I'm not going to trade straight away, but my order will be on the system waiting for a seller to come and for the price to move down to my limit. So I can preview buy order here. I can place the buy order, order submitted, and you should see down here that I have an open order. The reason my order is open is because my limit price is 70,400 and the price is higher than that, which means no one's going to sell to me. But my order is open, it's on the system, and that is going to be there pretty much forever unless I cancel it or unless the price falls and I trade. If you want to cancel this buy order, right hand side, just press cancel all. You can see that. Yes, I want to cancel the order, and that's out. You don't pay any trading fees here. You only pay trading fees when you actually exchange assets. We can also use a stop limit order type. A stop order is sometimes known as a trigger order. A trigger order is slightly easier to understand because what you're telling the system is don't enter my order until some sort of trigger is met. And that's a price, right? So with a limit order, what you're saying is trade immediately as long as the price is at my limit or better than my limit. But a stop order or a trigger order, the order only enters into the system once your specific trigger is met. So this is usually used on the sell side if you're selling assets. So what we can do is press sell here. And the stop limit, right? Think of this as a trigger price. What trigger price do you want the system to actually enter your order at? So I can put the stop price, let's say at 60,000. Press done. So what I'm telling the system is, I want to sell, but don't sell until the price gets to 60,000. And you may say, well, if I want to sell, why don't I just sell at 70,000? Well, if you want to sell at 70,700, then you can use a market order or a limit order. A stop order is really specific in that you're only telling the system to trade once a specific trigger is met. This is known as a stop because it's usually used on the sell side to stop losses. So if I want to, for example, take a loss, let's say I buy at 70,000 and I want to take a loss at 60,000 if it gets there because I don't want to make further losses on the way down. So it's like an insurance policy saying, look, I want to buy at 70, but if it gets to 60, I actually just want to sell. You can't use a market order to put that order into the system because it would trade immediately. You can't put a limit order in because if you put a limit order in at 60,000, 70,000 is above your limit, so it's going to sell immediately. So to put this kind of insurance in or this stop loss order in, you say to the system, I'm going to use a stop limit or a trigger order, and I'm going to say only at 60,000 where my stop price is, my trigger price is, then enter the sell order. And then the limit price here is the actual price at which you want to trade the order. Now, you can put the limit order price above your stop if you want. So what would happen here is the order wouldn't go in until the price is 60,000, and then it would put the sell order in at 70,000. You can do that, but obviously you're not going to sell anything because the price is now 60 and you're saying sell at 70 with a limit, so it's not going to sell anything for you. So more appropriately, you'd probably put the limit price in the same price as your stop or maybe even below your stop, right? So if the price gets to 60, you put the order in and tell the system, I'm willing to trade right now. If the order is 60,000 or 50,000, then it's going to trade immediately for you. So this is usually used to the downside when you're actually trying to sell at a loss. So you put the trigger price in. Now, of course, you can use it on the buy side as well, right? So let's say that I want to buy and I want to buy at 60,000. So you can put that in. So then the order would only go in at 60,000 and you can put the limit price at 60,000. That would be fine. You can use that, but you may as well just use a limit order because the limit order is at 60 and it won't trade until 60. So really with stop orders, it's used to the downside where you're saying, look, I'm already in the asset. I want to sell below if it gets there, but I don't want to put the order in right now because you can't, right? So that's a trigger order, usually used as a stop loss order. We can also use TWAP orders. This stands for time weighted average price. This is just an instruction to the system to say that I want to do something, either buy or sell over a specific time period. And I want you to just slowly kind of feed my order in over that time and I want my price to be time weighted over that time, right? So you're going to get an average price over that time in relation to what the market traded. You can do this fine. So we're going to buy with a TWAP order. You can put a limit, right? So let's say that I don't want to pay over 71,000. So that's fine. And the amount, you can put that in whatever you want. And the start time is now, and the duration is, 12 hours, 10 minutes. So what you're saying is, over the next 12 hours or so, work my order and get me a time-weighted average price for the order. This is fine for much larger orders. If you're trading a lot, then you might just want to work your order throughout the day, and it just gets you an average price over that time. I'll leave some more detailed guides about Coinbase and getting set up on the platform down in the description below. I'm James, this is MoneyDG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.